time, but like I say, I don't know.
We weren't here in the, what we were here in the when we
Yeah,
were
when
here.
was that, 20 years ago or something?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
I don't think were we ever here with our big camper?
You guys
or
probably
just
never get company up here.
Oh, we do.
Well, we have relatives.
Well, Winston used to come up every Sunday.
Yeah, and he died.
Yeah, relatives, sure, but you never get
But I
any.
mean, regular people.
Nobody's gonna find you.
Well, that's not, I just tell you know where that
GPS,
church
GPS now is really nice. Zip, 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 zip.
Where are you working at now, Bob?
I'm retired now. I was at the GM Desert Proving Ground.
Enough to retire?
Huh? Yeah. I retired disability. There, I had a delusional disorder.
Well, you know, Torin is retired from the Navy now.
Uh-huh.
He did 20 years in there.
Yeah, now he works for, no, he works for a
Yeah.
contractor on base.
Uh-huh.
You know, still on the ship, of
I'm really
course.
very proud of him because Torin had a lot of problems. And he was standing there. And
Well, he and Harold didn't get along, but I mean, he did good. You know, he did go to, you know, some training up in Tucson, and I think that helped him when he got in the military.
and Jody, what can I say?
Oh, she's a sweetheart, ain't she?
Do I?
She's a sweetheart, isn't she?
She's
Yeah.
a hard worker. But you know, she has two girls, and the oldest one, you know, Randy's big,
Yeah,
and Randy's sister's big. Well, that's the way Ella's was.
yeah, she's as tall as
Then,
Jody.
then little Poppy,
She's
little.
petite.
Isn't it?
But I think, you know, that Poppy, she's taken a, you know, when Ella was a baby, she was a fat baby. You know, she was really a fat baby. And you know, she was fat in that time frame. Whereas Poppy, you know, even though they're about the same weight when they were born, Poppy is petite. You know, she's still petite. She's never been fat.
Well, Ella just turned 11.
Yeah, she's 11.
Does that bother her that her sister's little and she's big? Is it affect her?
I don't think so. But I'm glad that Jody did have another kid.
Yes, that's.
You know, it's kind of nice to have.
It's just hard to be an only child.
Oh, well, yeah.
What's the latest picture you have of Torin?
With Torin? Well, we don't really have any latest picture of him.
Well, fairly late, past 5 years. You have something in the past 5 years, don't you?
Everything's all
He's-
digital now.
Is
You
he?
don't get
Is he?
hard prints.
He's not married?
No.
No.
He's, has a girlfriend. You're not going to bed yet. It's too early. Well, let me see what I have.
Torin's biggest
I really
problem.
don't have. I don't have.
What?
That's Torin's biggest problem is women.
Well, that's Navy for you. In the Air Force.
I don't know.
Well, this was taken a while back when the kids were a little bit littler. But that's not. And now they're 18, and but he's still relatively thin. I mean, he's.
It's too dark. I can't see it.
Oh,
Here, I got a light.
well,
Rob's got his flashlight on us.
Want a brighter?
but he's not. He's
There's a
not
light over
fat, and he's not skinny. He's just
Uh-huh. Good. He's well built.
well built. Yes.
Well, yeah,
But he's still working, and
I had a
Has to
son
do a
about my
lot.
first marriage, and I didn't spend much time with him, and but we did communicate off and on. You know, his mother was, we were both too young. And I'm in the hospital out there after his quadruple bypass surgery, and he calls me. Says, Dad, I ain't been honest with you. What the hell are you talking about? He says, I'm gay. So, okay, well, I don't agree with that, but you're still my son, and I still love you. So, and now he calls me quite often.
Might have been hard for him because he knew what he didn't want to tell you, huh? That
I
he
don't
wasn't
know.
communicating.
He is, they say he went through law school, he was a lawyer.
Who's that?
His son from his first wife. They
And
said they were both young.
he didn't like that, so he became in the medical field. And we got a Christmas card from him, and we're reading between the lines.
and put it.
Yeah, but I mean, with this, new member to the family. He didn't come right out and say that they'd gotten married.
So we don't know if he is or not, but this is the
But
first time he's
I
ever put the
assume
name
so.
to it.
And he's a good kid. He took care of himself.
Well, you know, I guess it's their lives you have to live. I mean, it's their own
We
lives.
don't have to approve of it, but you, what do they say?
I don't think
Hate
you
the
really have
sin,
a-
love the sinner?
You don't really have a choice. I think you just kind of come.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So Rob, do you do anything at all?
I do a lot of video stuff for YouTube and
Uh-huh.
a lot of photography. I do a lot of websites and things like that.
What about this? What happened to that border patrol thing? Was that
Well, that was kind of got me into this disability in the first place. Like in 1998, I got a delusional disorder then. Spent some time in the hospital, but I, was getting by at work. But I was kind of on the, getting in trouble a little bit. But then when the border patrol ended up breaking in my car, they took my phone, and that upset my boss.
Yeah, but
Huh?
the whole
Kept
thing
it-
was videoed.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see the whole thing. And
Yeah.
Because you said so calm there,
Yeah. I guess what they did, some people, like a few months before, I was making a documentary for this Yuma Film Festival, and some people must have noticed, I was filming checkpoints doing that because I was, doing that topic. So I had these people from this cop block invite me to join their contest, for just a video camera or something like that. But I guess this group was just, they have a lot of groups that go around filming the police, but they're actually working for law enforcement. And this other guy who films these checkpoints, he works with this Checkpoint USA. He was actually working for law enforcement. I'm learning now too. So when they broke into my car, they held me in the Custom and Border Protection for like about 10 hours. I was just kind of imagining they were replacing my window because they felt bad. But what they did was I noticed when they were in the trunk, they took a picture of I had a badge printed up for a costume for the documentary films and for like Comic-Con. So they took a picture of that and send it to this terrorism liaison office. And I guess they must have they just conjured up this fake whistleblowing agent who he contacted me while I was in there, and then contacted that other guy from this Checkpoint USA, I guess, that kind of knew me from this contest. So he contacts me and gives me the name of ACLU lawyer that they sent me to. So I guess they were kind of investigating me through this ACLU lawyer. And it just maybe kind of figuring out, kind of what my costs were and things like that. So, but yeah, when I went to go pick up my phone, then I was making like a medication change at that time. So I asked my boss for another, day off or whatever, because I'd be dizzy when I make a change. So he just asked me to go on disability leave at that time. So I just been on that since that happened. But I submitted this tort claim. I was asking them to cover all my losses at work because I'm just down to like a fixed 60% of my salary till I'm 65 now. So I asked them to cover that, and then I bought new cameras and stuff while they held mine and just some other losses. I submitted like a $750,000 tort claim to them. And then they denied that, and they gave me like 6 months to file in a district court. And then I couldn't find any lawyers to help with that, so I went to file myself. And then I was like in San Diego for that, and they ended up throwing me in another mental institution. So I missed the deadline for that. And but I think just before I turned the tort claim in, there's a guy who used to work at this Lukeville port of entry, and also was like the commander of the Boston Police Department. he came up to me, it's like, okay, you don't have any cameras on or whatever, and he comes over and he's just trying to, figure out what I like, what kind of women do you like, what kind of food do you like, It's like, what do you want to do for, then he was suggesting I could work with law enforcement, making videos for them and earning $200,000 a year. Then he calls some girl over and he's like squeezing her tits and he says, see, you can have whatever girl you want, whatever night of week you want. And then I was asking him about this ACLU lawyer, and he's like, says, oh, don't talk about that at all. Don't bring that up. And then the next day, there's this group, I guess, the Warrior Poets Project, with this Matt Spurlock. They're kind of interviewing me to do a show for the country music television on them freedom fighters and going through checkpoints and stuff like that. But I think that might have been just part of that. So I told them about this ACLU lawyer, and I hadn't heard anything from them after that. So I don't know. But I was still doing some of that and just videotaping out.
Sherry's 101st birthday in October.
So I didn't get any money out of that, but I got a retirement, I guess.
Jeannie passed away.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. And I guess they're going to try to come down for that.
So Bob, did you get any money out of your deal? How many people did that email go
Look
to?
at Lev, she passed away.
Lots of people, but everybody knows it was a scam.
One day, and so that yours is the second one. One day, my nephew in San Diego, I got this email saying, that, same thing. It was in there. I lost his left his wallet, and